Hey folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden. And tomorrow is the kit day for Softflex's new design kit. So, since I haven't done a lot with my last month's kit, Parisian Couture, I have decided that maybe it's a good idea to do a little collaboration between my Parisian Couture kit and my Jessie James Beads Secret Stash Box. So let's turn down and let's see what we can come up with. This is my Parisian Couture kit. Like I said, I haven't used a lot of it. I haven't even broken some of these beads apart, which is, in fact, all of the strands are still whole. The things I have made, I used the Jessie James Beads bead pack with. And I actually used quite a bit of it. And since they do this collaboration with Jessie James Beads, I decided to get out my Jessie James Beads Secret Stash Box. And we have some fun things in here that I think will go well with these. Namely, these beautiful little twisted gray beads. Maybe some of the Blackberry Baby. These really cool black metal beads. They have clasps. We can use one of their clasps if we're making a necklace, which I probably will. We have some black chain or some silver chain. And since we're doing a black, there's a black strand here as well. So we have all kinds of wonderful things we can choose from to make this particular piece. Now, I'm not feeling like red, so we're going to put the red and beads and the red Softflex back into the box, bag, whatever you want to call it, and possibly we'll get them out later, but right now I'm not wanting to use those. And I may stick with this big pretty silver chain, but I'm not sure. We also have this, what's left of this chain. I only cut 2 links off of it for the earrings we made the other day. And it's a pretty big piece. It's actually pretty decorative. If we wanted to do 2 strands, we could just use this as an upper strand. I'll have to give that some thought. We have, like I say, the black strand that was in my sash, the Blackberry Baby beads, so there's quite a few of those. And we have some really pretty little gray twist beads. See, there's quite a few of these. They're very pretty. I really like those. And these big silver beads are really nice. I like those a lot. We still have a few pink beads in here, but not a lot. And there's some gold spacers, but if we go with these, we're going to be using don't want the little 2 hole beads, so we'll put those back away as well. But I definitely want these big twisted pink ones. Aren't those pretty? I really like those. So now the question is, what are we going to make? Are we going to just and if we do make a double strand, are we going to want some of this other chain, or are we going to just use this chain? I like this chain, but I'm not sure how much I have left of it. to go around for a comfortable necklace length, we'd need 18 inches, and I'm fairly positive we don't have that. No, we only, well, we have close. We have 17. Or 16 and a half. We might have had 18 before I cut the 2 links off. But we have about 17 now. So I could just still use this as another piece. And I could put it above or below. If I put it below, I could actually maybe put my little Eiffel Tower hanging down from it. But one thing I definitely think I want to use is some of these pink beads and some of these gray ones. So let's cut the pink strand apart here. And see how it wants to work here. Just take about half of them out right now. That's cute with the frankly, I could just do a little one necklace like so with the double strand down below, and even if I wanted to put the Eiffel Tower down in here. And then if I didn't even want to add any more beads, I could put some I could use some Softflex wire and make a really pretty braided back piece for it. And I might do that because I like that, the sound of that. But at the same time, I'm wanting a little bit more for this bottom piece. Though even though I really like the pink and the gray, I think we want to break it a little bit more. So let's see what else. We have these pretty pink flat here, some black here. Or we can split this, or we can use some of the Blackberry Baby. They do have some nice beads in here. For instance, we could put this black one here to taper up to the, and then we have, let's see, where's that tray? Dump some of this out into the tray here. We have unfortunately, I don't think I have enough of those for what I'm thinking of here. Even if I don't, I could put Okay, I think I like that. So I think we'll go with that. And then we will need some silver spacers. So I think we're just going to do this much in here, and then we'll bring our chain and we will meet it up above up here. Maybe, just maybe. So we're not going to use this because we've already got our pattern sort of going here. And unless we decide to use chain up the back, we won't need this either. Though we decide to use the chain, we'll have to think about it. These are what remains of my Parisian Couture beads. Could take let's see. Let's take out this little guy here. And if we put him in here, we'd want to put him here. Nope, not there. Here. There we go. I like that. So I think we'll do that. And now I'm going to need to get some silver spacers to put in between here. And then we're going to need some wire, Softflex wire, of course. Now, because I'm thinking of putting the little Eiffel Tower down here on the bottom, that will pull, the weight of this will pull this chain down some. So we'll have to make sure that we have it in an uneven link spot or it will not hang properly. So I don't think I'm going to need any more of these. Now maybe I will. I may want to put one more up above here. We'll see. And we probably don't need any more of these as well. So I'm going to tie a little knot in here so that our beads don't slide loose anymore, and put those away as well. Those are pretty beads, aren't they? So now, the question is, do we want to use any of these? Probably not. We'll put those away. And now we're going to start making our decision on how we're going to string this. In looking for some silver spacers, I found a leftover package from some of my, and it has a really nice heavy toggle clasp in that, so we might use that for it. And there's also a couple of these little tiny stars. And actually there's, you know, a big one and a whole bunch of little ones as well as some feathers. But I was thinking, if we're going to use the Eiffel Tower, we may want a couple of the little stars on the next loops up, just to give it a little more something. So let's put the rest of these away. And like I say, we need to go find some more silver spacers. But I think that those, the toggle and the The little stars will look really cute amongst the bottom down here. Okay, I've got some Softflex out here. And I'm going to put a bead stopper on one side. And I also got some pretty good sized spacers. I want them to be able to be seen. And I also got a few like this for putting in close to the pink beads. So we'll start stringing these babies up. Let's see how that looks so far. Yeah, that'll work nicely, I think. So once we get this all strung up, we can decide how we're going to finish it, whether we're going to use some more chain of a different type, or if we are going to braid it up the back. So here we go, we're done with our stringing. I've gotten out a couple of eye pins and some little beads in here, and I'm going to, these little tiny teardrops are from my Blackberry Baby, and then I had these little stars that I'm going to use for spacers above these. So we're going to put those together, and I'm just going to take and open up the eye by twisting it sideways like you would a jump ring, putting the little star inside. Oops, come here, baby. Nobody said you could leave. And then closing it back up. And then we'll have the little black teardrop, the little star spacer, and the other little black teardrop. I'm going to make that one face downwards, like so. See how that is? Then we'll wind it up and hook it right to one of the links of the chain. So we'll do that with all three of these. And then then we'll just decide where we want to cut our chain at. We have to have the middle one have a link here at the very middle, because we want to hook these onto one of these links, and we don't want it to be off center. So so they will hang right in a link like here, like this. I'm thinking that we may just hook it to a ring link and then put some different chain around the back. We'll see. Okay, I didn't quite open that enough, so we'll just open it just a touch more. Okay, Now the next thing we do is we have to decide where we're going to take this bottom chain off at, because it's imperative, like I say, that we have this link right here. So in the middle, so let's count those out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the middle link, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I think that'll work. As long as it doesn't do any weird tricks as it pulls up and down. Yeah, I think that will be just fine. So we'll take this link off right here. And I do believe they're welded, so I will get my heavy cutters out and we will cut that link in half. And we'll just put this rest of this little bit of chain aside. So here we go. When we do this, we want to make sure our chain is falling properly, because as you can see, it does a weird kink if it's not. So, and over here, now see, that's not falling the right way right there. There we go. Okay, now we want to put the Eiffel Tower in the link down here, and then we will go up one on either side for the little stars. So since I'm planning on putting them directly on to the chain, you know what? I have some tiny little jump rings. I think that we can maybe be better to put them on those. And in fact, I know it would. So let's just wrap these like we normally would. And we will bend them, get out our step bell making plier, and do our little wrap here. Wrap around, bring her down. Check to see if she's lollipop shaped. She is. Grab her with your pliers. Switch hands if you prefer to do it that way. And then make your wrap here. Trim your excess. And tuck it in. Being careful with that top bead since it is glass. So there's our Eiffel Tower all done, and we'll do our 2 stars. Actually, I'm going to bend both of them right now, and then we'll do the spin in a minute. Okay. Put the plier in, wrap it around, drop her down, and bring her over for your lollipop shape. Do the same for the second. And there we go. So now we will wrap those 2 up, and they're ready to attach to the chain. Star number 1. Hold it right there above. Switch hands if you're right dominant. And then wrap your wire. Wants to get away from me, doesn't it? But we're not going to let it. Okay, let's get this wire trimmed. And tuck it in. And there's the other star. So now where we're going to put it is down in here in our middle link. I'm not going to do that quite yet because I want to put the necklace together as far as the main portion of it before I put that in. And yeah, we'll probably use this. But we need some heavier chain, which means we might just get that no, I think I have some heavy gunmetal chain from Beadalon as well, so maybe we'll use that because I think that would go better. So let's find some links, some round links. I think that would be the best way to hook it on, since this hole for the this chain is way over in the middle here, and with the it would not sit well together with the Artemis bead when we brought it together. So we're going to get a link, a round link, and we'll hook them both to that. Then we'll hook the chain up and around the back to the length we want it, with hooking it also onto the round link. So let's find some round links and we'll get that done. Okay, after looking around in my stash of things, I have come up with some really cool links. They weren't actually quite what I wanted, but I think they will work. So we'll put these on either side. I have some gunmetal jump rings, some for down here and some for over here. And then I also found my Beadalon heavy chain, which will come and finish it up. We'll hook to the toggle clasp. So the first thing we need to do is to hook our bead string to our ring on either side, and then we'll jump ring the other chain onto it, and then we'll put our little dangles down here on this chain and put the heavy chain up at the length we wish to have it to finish up the necklace. So since I've been using either gunmetal or antique silver mostly, except for on our little pieces here, I'm going to get out a couple of gunmetal crimp tubes, and we will crimp this the bead strand onto the first of the rings here. So the first side is really simple because you don't have to pay any attention to where you're putting things, because it will move to where you're going to anyway. We'll leave a little space in here when we crimp it so it has a little movement. We'll get our crimp pliers out. I use magical crimpers. See the little divot in there? You put the crimp tube right in the divot and squish, and then turn and squish and squish, and continue squishing until it doesn't squish down anymore, that it's just, it just looks like that. Give it a tug test. It's fine. I'm going to trim a little of this wire off here because I don't need that much for sure. And then we'll push our bead string over to this side. Now we're ready to do the other side. As you can see, I had quite a bit of extra wire, but this was the last of my spool, so I just took the whole bunch out. And I will put the other little bit into my wire drawer so that if I need a piece about this length, I have it. We're going to move all the way down here. Bring her through the first few beads here, or at least the first one. Tighten her up. Now we're going to let it drop down so that we can see if we have any ton of extra, which sometimes we do. This does have some extra, but not a ton. But we'll still want to tighten it up just a little bit here. We don't want it too tight because we do want it to be fluid. So, and we want these to be approximately the same size. Looks like this one could be just a teeny bit smaller. And then we will crimp it. Now we'll do a tug test. It seems to be fine, and cut that extra wire off. And as I say, since this is a pretty good size piece, I'm going to put it in my my wire drawer so that I have it if I need some more of that size. So the next thing we got to do is to take some of our jump rings and hook our chain onto our links. So that's really simple. We just need to get out our 2 pair of pliers. We're going with a bigger one for this side since we do have to go around the link, which is relatively heavy. Go through our link on our chain and then our link here and close her back up. Now we need to be careful as we put the other side on because it is going to need to not be twisted up. What we want to do is to take our chain, make sure we've got it as straight as possible. Make sure our links are going the same way. That's how you can tell with this chain whether you've got it right or not. Okay, it all seems to be good. So we want to take another one of our jump rings. Open it up, go through the hole in the link. Come on, baby, go through the hole. Now put it on to our link and tighten her up. Okay. Oop, had it in my hand backwards. Flip it that way, and then it's going to hang like this. And I have it twisted somewhere. Let's see where that is. Okay. Hope it wasn't when I put it on. Okay, got it straightened. Well, I think our little Eiffel Tower and such will help us from getting it out of whack again. Let's see, this is our middle. So, 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our middle one is right here, and that's where we're going to put our Eiffel Tower at. And we'll put the little stars on, rather than the first one, I think we're going to go up to the second, maybe even the third. Well, that doesn't work well when you flip it back off again. I was hoping to keep this straight, but I did it so that I could get the other one on more straight so that it doesn't decide to come undone on us here. Okay, so now we'll go up 2 for this one, and it will go on this bar. Anyway, let's now get the heavier, decide how long we want this, and then we'll put the heavier chain onto the rings, and then we'll put our clasp on. So I'm thinking I want probably about another 8 or 9, 8 inches or so. How long do we have it here? It's 12. Oh yeah, 8 sounds good. That'll make it a 20-inch necklace. we'll get 2 4-inch pieces of our heavy chain cut. Now I considered using a smaller chain, but I decided that the heavier chain would work better as far as consistency is concerned. It looks much more uniform with the necklace, not too delicate, so to speak. So we need 4 inches for either side. So here. And it looks like this chain is not welded, so I may just be able to open the link. Which I can. Just going to take the link out. And then we will make a comparable one on this side. So this is the link we take out right here. So now we have our 2 pieces of chain, and we will jump ring those to our toggle clasp on one side and our link on the other side. And now just put on the toggle and we are done. That doesn't look like it's joined quite all the way together, so if that's the case, just ease it forward. There we go. then lastly, we have the other side. And then we put that. And our necklace is finished. Except for it looks like it's a little twisted here. So I will have to fix that. But there you go. It's what she's going to look like. Once I get it all the way into the right spot here. There she is. There we go. Now you can see the whole of it. And hope you like that. Isn't that pretty? But that is our Parisian Couture and Jessie James Secret Stash box collaboration. There's what she looks like on. I've got this a little twisted, it looks like, but so she'll show the little stars and the Eiffel Tower will hang down below our bead strand, just like so. And the heavier chain is around the back of your neck. So that is our necklace. So this baby here, and like so. There she is. Isn't it pretty? Hope you like that. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we've been working on Softflex Design Kit Parisian Couture in combination with my Jessie James Secret Stash box. And there is our pretty little necklace with our Eiffel Tower and our little stars. And I hope you enjoyed this. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. Bye-bye.